Hello and welcome to day 25 of our Mindful Mornings, a 30-day yoga challenge to set us up in a more mindful way through movement and meditation. Today's focus is loving kindness, and we'll be practicing a Yin Yoga practice to open up through the heart chakra and anahata, and we're going to really prepare ourselves to feel a sense of openness and spaciousness through heart, collarbones and the shoulders. Get yourself comfy. We're going to start with our 3-minute grounding meditation. I invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you can find out what's happening next in our challenge. We've only got a few more days to go. And of course, stick around to the end to find out what today's mindfulness challenge is going to be all about. Begin by either lying down or sitting comfortably as I guide you through the sensations of your body, whatever they may be today. Be aware of any heaviness, discomfort, or fatigue, or perhaps lightness and energy within. Observe which sensations fluctuate and change over time and which remain constant. Pay attention to your reactions and just notice. Are you judging how you slept or wondering how the day will unfold? Instead of trying to push away these thoughts, simply notice them. See if they have any impact on how you feel and hold these thoughts and feelings with compassion. Now bring your conscious awareness towards your feet, noticing any sensations that may be present. Tingling perhaps, pulsing or pressure points. Releasing your focus upon your feet and bringing your awareness towards your hands now. Observe any sensations in your palms, fingers, or the back of the hands. And finally, direct your attention towards your breath, noticing the sensation of an inhale and an exhale. Let us remind ourselves that throughout the day, taking a pause and becoming aware of our feet, our hands, or our breath can make all the difference as a way for us to ground ourselves. We are continuing the theme of heart chakra today. Mindfulness really incorporates an element of loving kindness. So I've sort of sprinkled it into a couple of our practices and classes throughout this 30-day challenge, really purposefully. So loving kindness is our theme today, and we're practicing a yin practice. So you'll want to grab yourself definitely something that resembles a bolster, maybe some blocks. The bolster I am definitely going to be utilizing in today's practice. Get yourself super comfy and cozy. We're moving slowly. So let's start by just grabbing our bolster And we're going to head straight into the first pose, which is actually a side Sphinx. Don't worry which side you start with. I'm just going to make sure that I'm always facing you. So I'm choosing one side that just felt right. And it could be that you need to have a little more cushioning underneath you. I'm lucky I've got loads of carpet and the mat today, but you might want a blanket underneath you just for sort of the side body. And maybe you want something between the knees like a cushion. You might want that too. And don't overthink the shape of your legs too much. You'll choose what feels right for you. I've gone for a bit of a sort of a deer shape, roughly. And then I'm just going to lay myself, literally draping myself over my cushion or bolster. You could do this with a block. Maybe you'd put a blanket over that block. It's going to feel far more intense, so just be mindful of that. Your legs could be staggered, and don't overthink which way, just whatever is going to work for you. For me, I'm feeling pretty comfy with just one knee on top of the other, to be honest, today. And then I want to let my head rest down on my shoulder here. And then you'll choose what you want to do with the hand or the arm that's on the top side of your body. It could be that you want it just resting and supporting you in front of you. Maybe you want to drape that arm over your body. Some of you might even choose to bring the arm behind you, and it could be that you'll gradually work through that. Remember, Yin, we're lingering here for longer, so you've got time here. And then when it feels appropriate, you're going to just nestle in and come to a sense of easeful breath. I'm going to integrate some intentions into each pose today. The first intention is, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. You might like to repeat that to yourself, sensing the words filter through your being. Just a little reminder of our intention. May I be filled with loving kindness. From time to time, repeating it to yourself and seeing how that might land with you today in this moment. And just taking a couple more breaths. And then slowly blinking the eyes open if they were closed. And we're actually going to head towards a supported child's pose as our next pose, and then we'll take the second side after that. So I'm transitioning onto my knees, and I'm going to bring the bolster between the thighs. You might want to pause just kneeling if you're comfortable kneeling. You could always bring the bolster right underneath your hips. And just sort of feel into the two sides. It's totally okay that one side does feel different to the other. Be okay with the sense of unevenness here. And then when it feels ready for you, you're going to drape yourself over your bolster. So I'm going to just pull it forwards again and then align my belly and my chest along that bolster. So if you don't have a bolster, remember you can grab as many cushions as you like. Maybe you've rolled up some big towels. Perhaps you've got a towel and cushions working for you. Just whatever's kind of available to you in your house. And once you've settled in, again, I'm going to filter in another loving kindness intention that you might like to try. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. So this pose, we're not holding quite as long as that first one. Go ahead and take one more breath here. And then slowly lift your way up, and we'll bring that bolster back into position for our second side of our side Sphinx. So again, it might be that you want some padding underneath that hip. See if you can just let your ear drape down over your shoulder. Just conscious of my microphone, so I'm going to keep my head lifted on this side. And just choosing what to do with the top arm. Could be draping it over your hips and thighs. Maybe it's propping you in front of you, or if you're comfortable there, bringing the arm like a bit of a half bind, tucking it behind you. So we're working into the side ribs here and see if we can expand through the intercostal muscles, those muscles between each rib. There's a sense of fanning out through the underside of the rib cage and a sense of sort of squeezing and condensing through the top side. So here again, I offer our intention. May I be well in body and mind. May I be well in body and mind. And just taking your last few breaths again here. And when you're ready to slowly lift your way up, and just come and sit for a moment. Leave the bolster where it is. If you're comfortable sat cross-legged, do that. Maybe you need to kneel. We're just taking a pause just to feel again the two sides of the body. And then we'll head into forward Sphinx pose just for the last minute of our practice. So that I'll be turning towards your bolster. Now you don't have to use anything at all. So it might be that you remove all props, but I'm going to keep it there, and it'll be positioned sort of roughly where my belly and ribs are, depending on the size of your prop. For some, this will feel too intense as it compresses into the belly, but it takes away any pressure from the shoulders, so you choose what kind of works best for you here. You might like to let your head drop, perhaps you'll support it with a block. Relax through those legs. And let the breath soothe you. And our final intention here. May I be at ease. May I be at ease. Bringing attention back to the fluidity of your breath. Take one more round. And then it'll be time to set us up for Savasana, and we'll use this as our rebound. You might take a little moment to take your time to get there. I'm choosing to bring my bolster behind the back of my knees for support today. You could bring a blanket over you, just nestle in here. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And lengthen out your arms. Slowly making your way up to sit tall. Thumbs into heart space. A reminder of loving kindness. Thank you for joining today's Mindful Morning. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Today's mindfulness task. I invite you to meditate once more by practicing a loving kindness or a metta meditation today. So either in YouTube or Google, you're going to search for metta or loving kindness meditation and find a guided meditation that you sort of are drawn to play. And you can choose how long that wants to be. I've actually got one recorded that is on my YouTube channel, and I'll add the links to that in the description of this video below for you, if that's the one that you would like to do today. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To The Being free and accessible to all.